What is up? What is up, YouTube? Check it out, man. First of all, man, shout out to our patrons, man. Our patrons is rolling in. Thank y'all, man, so much, man. We're gonna do something. Got a new headphones. Check it out, man. The new headphones came, man. So no more twisting of the no more twisting. Oh, it's getting loose. I'm gonna put this in the booth where the drums at, man. So, cause the drummer, where the headphone set at, is kind of far away for the drummer, so he need all this cord anyway. So yeah, no more twisting. So y'all got y'all wish. Will you stop twisting that cord, man? I need something to do while I'm sitting here. Make me get into the talk kind of deeply. You know what I'm saying? God, this joint is an hour 40 minutes. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. Depending on how juicy it is, we might do a part 1 and part 2. Hit that subscribe button, baby. Hit that bell. Thank all the subscribers, man. Appreciate y'all, bro. Appreciate y'all so much, man. Check out our links below, man. And actually check out, we got stuff up there for free patrons and everything. And paid and everything. Appreciate y'all so much, man. Without any further ado, let's check it out, baby. Let's check this bad boy out.
You can hear me in the comment section, yo.
Yeah.
We're going to get right to this video, man. And let y'all know exactly what's going on. Y'all can hear me? All right. Bet.
I got to turn the new headphones down a little bit.
Busby's up against it. This is probably the greatest battle I think that Tony Busby has ever been up against, and I think that it's going to take everything that he got to get up out of this one. We're gonna see how we're gonna see what he built like off this, you guys, because this one right here, y'all, this one is for the gusto. Now, let me explain to y'all what's going on, man. Tony Busby today has had an eventful day. First of all, woke up this morning. I told you guys what happened as far as Jay-Z's lawyer, Alex Spiro. He came out and he basically presented to the world what he claimed was a tape of Jay-Z's accuser admitting that Tony Busby did something unethical. Tony Busby, hold on, y'all, my bad. I got a little cold. Tony Busby, excuse me.
Bless you. Bless you.
Damn, and I hate that boy. Tony Busby, have a lawsuit against Jay-Z and his firm claiming that he has proof, I should say against Roc Nation and a couple other people, I believe. He's suing in a different state, basically accusing them of sending people to sue him. You know what I'm saying? Some of his, some people that, that was in his, I guess, past clients. And, he's filed that suit. Jay-Z has a defamation suit against Tony Busby. An extortion suit as well. Now, the judge threatened to throw the extortion part of that lawsuit out in the one state. And in Alabama, I'm going to talk about that in a second. But tonight, ladies and gentlemen, Tony Busby just got hit with another lawsuit.
What? God dang.
Let me put this on the screen. Tony Busby just got hit with another lawsuit tonight. Tony Busby, his career is on the line. What do I mean by that? They are going after Tony Busby ethically. If Tony Busby does not come up big, if he doesn't come up like Michael Jordan in the clutch in the NBA Finals,
Lord have mercy.
To me, they're going to try to his career going to be destroyed. As you guys see on your screen, This article just came out today. To the brother who said it's old, no, sir. You see the date right there on your screen? It says March the 12th, 2025, sir. Tony Busby accused of duping another C-man. Now, it says Texas personal injury attorney Tony Busby and his firm have been hit with another lawsuit from a C-man who alleges that the firm misappropriated payments he received after a 2020, and then it goes on, right? Let me tell y'all something. Put this out here for everybody, right? And I want to show y'all something. I have a question I want to ask everybody, right? Tony Busby is going to have to prove in court that what Jay-Z and those guys are suing him for is not true, as well as what these other people are suing him about. He's going to have to demonstrate that it's cap as well. Now, here's the thing. All of a sudden, these people are coming out suing Tony Busby. Former people coming out suing Tony Busby, right? And Tony said that he has proof, and he filed it in the lawsuit that he filed, that he's claiming that, people will put up to this. But I looked at Tony Busby's reviews online well before this case. I went back and I looked at all those reviews well before this case from all of these different people. I never saw one complaint. And you know one thing? Online, when you have something like that, Tony Busby and the firm, they can't take that down as far as the complaint. These comments on his Google go back, man, you got comments that going back years ago. I'm talking about 9 years ago, right? 9 years ago. All you gotta do is go to Google and look. 9 years ago. This man got 5 stars. I looked at the other law firm that was suing the Ava Law Group. They were the bigger law group, the Ava Law Group. They're the bigger firm. Even though Tony Busby is leading this one right here, that's the bigger firm, the Ava Law Group. That's who was on this. And I'm telling y'all this. First of all, this is what I think is going to happen.
Some juicy information right here.
Tony Busby is going to have to, first of all, handle this case with this situation in Alabama. That's going to be pretty much, I think, handled, because all he's going to have to do is, based off the fact that they plastered this in the New York Times, this article where it shows that this is the man, Mr. Van Arsdale, Mr. Andrew Van Arsdale, AVA. He's the guy that's behind all these numbers and stuff like this. And he's the guy who originally, with his law firm, Ava Law Firm, took this girl's case. He admitted that in a New York Times article. They took her case. Apparently, they vetted her case. And along with 200 other cases, as you see down there, 200 other files, they were sent to Tony Busby. This guy had over 26,000 contacts, right? He had 600 viewed as potential cases that they sent. Their company, as I told y'all, they sent cases, his company right here, Reciprocity. I know people hate how I pronounce it, but damn it, I don't know how to pronounce it. Y'all know how to pronounce it. I don't. But his company, Mr. Van Arsdale, is the company that's in charge of those 1-800 numbers. They send out these different, but they have the call center and all these other things. They send out cases to their own law firm, to other law firms, because so many cases, they work with other law firms. They send cases to law firm in Arizona. They partner with people. All right? I went and looked back. Damn near 9 years. 9 years. Don't you think that if people were talking bad about the Busby Law Firm, they'd have this on their Google for years, people would have been reported this stuff. I mean, people be the quickest to go online and report stuff about you.
Facts.
I couldn't find many bad comments. And again, when you have something like that, they can't feel that out. Google will not allow them to erase bad comments. Those bad comments stay right there. Those bad comments stay right there. Right? Those bad comments stay right there. Right? I want you to think about that. Busby, the first thing he's going to have to do in that case, he's got a lot of work to do, man. He's going to have to present the evidence, like he told TMZ, that he did not mention Jay-Z's name. That Jay-Z's name was already a part of that girl's allegations when she took it to Ava Law Group. So he's going to have the paperwork on. He's going to have the paperwork on that and prove that. He's also going to have to fight these other lawsuits that's coming out against him. Now, he says that most of them will be dismissed. They're frivolous. And he says that they'll be dismissed. There's a process that goes on to where, you know, if he can prove that the case is frivolous, it won't even get to court. You know? And I'm going to tell you something. You got to think something is he has to have paperwork to back up what he's saying. So what I mean is that, you know, when these people contacted Tony Busby, I want y'all to think about something. If these people never had arguments this whole time, if they never had beefs this whole time, and now all of a sudden that this situation is going on, now he's getting hit with multiple lawsuits, it's going to look real. It's going to look like there's an attack on Tony Busby, right? That's why I said he's up against. He's going to have to really fight this stuff. Because I'm tell you something. I want y'all to think about this. When a client is a disgruntled client, because they're saying that this client is complaining about the misappropriated payments. If that's the case, did this client have a paper trail of complaining about this since that situation happened? Or now all of a sudden, because he said this is received after 2020. So that means 5 years. So you wait 5 years after misappropriated payments to sue Mr. Busby. And then think about this, y'all. Go on to Google after this video is over with. Type in the Busby Law Firm and type in reviews. You will see reviews from damn near 10 years ago. Every one of them reviews.
I'm going to do it now.
I didn't see any reviews where it said this dude was... And listen, you cannot erase those reviews as Tony Busby can't do that. That's how they keep the transparency. Neither can Ava Law Group, neither can any of these other law firms. They can't do that. You would literally think that these people that are suing Busby now, if they had these type of issues, they would have, bro, people are quick to go report that type of shit online. Today, Busby, he is in a fight for his ethics life and his career because, bro, the avalanche is coming at him. Now, do I think he built for it? He seemed like he is, but he gonna have to show. You know, today Alex Spiro, Jay-Z's lawyer, went on ABC News. He went right on ABC News today, and he dropped the tape. Now I'm gonna tell y'all something. I think it's funny how nobody asked any questions about this in the mainstream media. They didn't ask any questions about, did the tape be authenticated? If anyone authenticated the tape? Do they have the full unedited version of the tape? Nobody asked any of these questions. All I did was see on mainstream media, they all cooking, saying that, hey, man, this girl admitted that they didn't do it. Boop. It's over with. I said, what? I didn't see one report that said, hey, man, Tony Busby has on tape that this girl says that she didn't say that. Tony Busby, you understand what I'm saying? He's done it big time. But here's the thing that I think that's going to give Tony Busby a fighting chance. There's strength in numbers. And what do I mean by that? There's strength in numbers. Tony Busby has big agencies behind him too, big law firms. You know how I know? He flexed his muscles when that New York law firm that defended Trump got behind him. Remember I told y'all that? He had that big law firm in New York that he put on that case. That those were Trump's lawyers in New York. They got behind him. He's got Ava Law Group behind him in California. They're big time players in California. So he's got the East Coast. He's got contacts in the West Coast. He's got contacts down south. So this is going to be one of those situations, bro, where Busby is going to have to show. He's going to have to let it hang on this one, because if he don't, they're going to destroy his. They're going to destroy his career, bro. If he don't, he's gonna have to drop that pay. Now everybody is frustrated because everybody's saying, "Oh, why he don't just drop the paperwork?" It doesn't work like that, because you actually have to go to court. But I have a feeling that Tony Busby is going to do something in response to what happened today on the news. I have a feeling that he's going to do something, publicly, in response to that. People, again, did not ask really many questions about that tape. Nobody asked, well, who in the hell paid those private investigators? What private investigators y'all know don't got nothing to do with the case? Go find somebody that's anonymous. Think about this now. If you're anonymous, you file a lawsuit against a big dog. You're anonymous. And all of a sudden somebody comes knocking on your door and they talking about you going to be calm? Huh?
Mm-hmm.
The first thing the person will be like, how the hell you find me? Then, right? You put out a tape and you say, hey, this is the tape. This is her. We haven't even heard, was a tape? They didn't even ask. Let me tell you something. ABC didn't even ask, was the tape authenticated? Is there a full version of the tape? Do you guys have video footage? None of that was asked. This is like everybody just said, oh, I got tape. Yep, so with. But I noticed that when Tony Busby put out his tape, there ain't nobody accept that shit. Think about that. It's just for everybody who wants to know the truth. Forget if you like one side or you like another side. If you want to know the truth. Right? Nobody asked, hey man, that girl said in that same recording that Jay-Z was at that party. But I thought y'all said during the press conference
Jay-Z wasn't
that
at
there was
the
no
party.
way that Jay-Z could be at that party. I thought that's what he said. Ain't that what he said? I thought that's what he said. Well, let's go back and listen to what he said right now.
Yeah.
December 16th, 2024. 3 days after that girl did her interview. Right? 3 days. Now, this is what I'm going to do for y'all, right? We're going to play the interview of the girl first.
Okay.
Right now. On NBC. Then what we're going to do is we're going to play what Alex Spiro said.
Run your life. You should always advocate for yourself and be a voice for yourself. You should never let what somebody else did run your life.
A 38-year-old mother from Alabama who has filed a lawsuit accusing Sean Diddy Combs and Jay-Z of raping her when she was 13 years old is speaking out to NBC News for the first time. She asked us not to reveal her identity.
What made you want to come forward and talk today? Because I think that I've been quiet long enough about what I've been through, and it's been hard enough to be quiet. But it's a chapter of my life that I'd like to close.
An NBC News review of her account found inconsistencies with her allegations. She says that she went to the MTV Video Music Awards in 2000 to catch a glimpse of her favorite celebrities.
You weren't scared to be all alone? No, with having autism is like feeling like you live your life in a shatterproof juggle ball. The world's on fire. The fire is inside the ball with you, but there's no way for you to get out.
In addition to having autism, the woman says she suffered a head injury. The night of the 2000s VMAs, she says a friend drove her from Rochester, New York to Manhattan, a more than 5-hour drive. Her attorney provided NBC News with the name of the friend who has since died. The woman says she spoke to Combs' limo driver who offered her a ride to an after party.
I stumbled upon Diddy's driver who told me that I was exactly what Diddy was looking for.
What did you think when he said that to you?
I thought it meant that I was just pretty.
She went to a White House, she says, where she spoke to musicians Benji Madden and his brother.
I'm talking to Benji Madden about his tattoo because, I have about his tattoo that's the Last Supper because I have a religious background. So it was just something to talk about.
In a statement to NBC News, a representative of the Maddens confirmed that they did not attend the 2000 VMAs and that they were on tour in the Midwest at the time. At the after party, she says she had a drink that made her feel woozy. Then she says Combs and Carter took turns raping her while a female celebrity watched.
Gigi comes in and rapes me. He at that point I was fighting, trying to get away from him, and he put his hand over my mouth and told me to stop it, cut the.
After the alleged rape, she says she ran to a gas station where she called her father, who picked her up and drove her home.
We rode home in silence. He didn't ask me what happened. He didn't ask me what I did or where I was.
In an interview with NBC News, her father said he could not verify the claims. Quote,
he didn't remember.
I felt like I would remember that, and I don't. I have a lot going on, but I mean, that's something that would definitely stick in my mind, he said. When we asked the woman about the contradictions in a phone interview on Friday, she said that she stands by her statements. I have made some mistakes, she said. Honestly, what is the clearest is what happened to me. The inconsistencies in her account of an incident alleged to have happened 24 years ago does not necessarily mean the allegations are false. The accuser's attorney, Tony Busby, said, because we have interrogated her intensely, she has even agreed to submit to a polygraph. This has been extremely distressing for her to the point she has experienced seizures and had to seek medical treatment due to the stress. In a statement to NBC News, Sean Carter said this incident didn't happen, and yet he filed it in court and doubled down in the press. True justice is coming. We fight from victory, not for victory. Is any part of you scared coming out against such powerful people?
Yeah, I'm scared of what could happen, but I'm more afraid of letting it eat me alive from the inside out than I am of being chastised by their fans.
All right, Chloe Malas joining us now live. Chloe.
Now, Tony Busby people have been on Tony Busby's helmet, and rightfully so, because they said that they would submit a polygraph. Now, some people will say, hey, man, I'm telling you right now, he's capping because where's that polygraph? Well, some people will say, hey, the case was withdrawn or dismissed with prejudice, so there's no need to go to that point. But sometimes you might not want to ask for something because you might get what you asked for. But I'm going to say this. What if Tony Busby did have a polygraph test? People wouldn't accept it. They would say, oh, who did the test? See? So you guys heard her interview on NBC. 3 days later, Alex Spiro said this in response to this girl. And I want y'all to listen to Alex Spiro because I'm not putting no words in nobody's mouth. I'm just playing exactly what everybody said.
Facts.
The details are very important in time.
Details, Alex Spiro said. The details are very important, and the time is what Alex Spiro said. Details. Let's go.
So we start off with the location, and according to their complaint, after approximately 20 minutes, she arrived at a White House with a U-shaped driveway and a gate. There is no such location in New York, 20 minutes from Radio City. It does not exist. There is no such location. We don't know whether they created a location in order to try to get jurisdiction in New York so they could bring this case to New York, or whether they just didn't do their homework. But any New Yorker knows there is no such location. Beyond that, this was supposed to have taken place at Mr. Combs' after party, according to them. When you look at the homes associated with Mr. Combs during that period of time, and even not during that period of time, none of them matches. He had a townhouse, he had a house in the Hamptons hours away, and he had homes in New Jersey, but not at that time. None of the homes work, the location doesn't work, because this never happened. And again, when you really bear down on the location and his whereabouts, you quickly realize, because if there's photographic evidence and witnesses are coming forward, that Mr. Carter was in a commercial establishment after the VMAs.
A lot of people think she had the wrong year.
Well, unfortunately for them, they needed to create this house in order to create the narrative. But he wasn't at a White House that did not exist. And this is a photograph of him at a location after the VMAs. So as we can continue through this, that Jane Doe does not say that the assault happened at a commercial establishment. She can't. That wouldn't make any sense. Yet they stand by it. They double down. They triple down. White House. The White House doesn't exist. And then we get to the witnesses. And I think at the outset, everybody has to remember that in 24 years,
Now, Alex Spiro said the White House doesn't exist. But Alex Spiro, he's a good damn lawyer, and I'm going to tell y'all why. He cherry-picked that. Good lawyer, man. I wish I had the opportunity to be a lawyer and go against Alex Spiro. This would be a dream case. Because that girl did not say that Diddy owned that house. Alex Spiro, was he only looking at houses that Diddy owned or rented? What if there was a house, but Diddy's name wasn't on the house? Let's keep going.
years, not a single witness has ever come forward saying this happened. Quarter of a century. Think about that. She says she's at the party alone, this 13-year-old girl, and she finds herself in the room with the three most famous people at the party. Just think about how unnatural, how little common sense that makes. And according to her, one of the witnesses is a female celebrity who's just standing there watching the repetitive rape of a child. That celebrity does nothing, says nothing, reports nothing. And in fact, they won't even identify her. According to them, there's an adult female in the room watching the rape of a child.
Well, let me answer that question. He says they won't identify her. Well, I would ask Mr. Spiro, what if they won't identify her because she's settled? And they can't identify her because she's settled. That way her name would remain anonymous. Let's keep going.
That's sticky. That's very sticky.
They refuse to identify her. So then we continue. And you look and there's celebrities that she says she's mingling with before. Afterwards, she says she runs out of the house naked. Runs out of the house naked. None of them notice that. None of them pay any notice. For 24 years, none of them has said anything. And so she's just asked in this interview, she's asked, well, I mean, celebrities are recognizable people. Surely you can tell us one celebrity that was there. Just give us one name so that we know this happened. And she says, okay, Benji Madden was there. And she wants to conjure up religion and say, I'm religious. I remember his tattoo. She looks and remembers so vividly the tattoo and the conversation with Mr. Madden. Well, Mr. Madden wasn't there. He already said he wasn't there. His tour schedule says he wasn't there. And he wasn't there because this never happened. None of this ever happened. And you keep going, and you ask yourself, well, who is this complaining witness? She does not come forward with her real name. She proceeds under Jane Doe. There's no report to the police. According to her, she never tells anybody for 24 years. Not one person, not alone in the car for 5 hours at home, on her way home. Not one person, not a diary, not a family member, not a friend. Most people, when this happens, there's a need to tell somebody. We call these prompt outcry witnesses. In most complaints like this, people tell somebody. She says nobody for 24, 25 years. And then we get to the details. And I want to make sure this is clear. When people make up an account, whether intentionally or their mind is playing tricks on them, they can always get that core part of the story right. They can just keep repeating it over and over and over again. This is what happened, that core part. But they're always going to mess up the details. When something isn't real, when something doesn't happen, you're going to get the details wrong because you weren't really there. And so she starts with her story about her friend that dropped her off. Okay? This drive of over 5 hours, the friend would have had to have gone 10 plus hours to drop her off. Because she's got to get there. If this is real, she's got to get there. But guess what? This friend of hers, she doesn't get out of the car. Right? Think about that. She's just leaving a 13-year-old.
Alex Spiro's a beast. I ain't gonna lie. Alex, boy, you a beast. I ain't gonna lie.
Think about that. You're going to just let a 13-year-old out the car.
He's a good damn lawyer. I'm going to tell y'all this right now. He's a good damn
drive
lawyer.
Off?
Little girl alone in Midtown. She doesn't even want to get out of the car. She came all that way. There can't be a witness there. She can't have a witness there because this never happened. So as you keep going, you ask yourself, but how did she end up in the car in the first place? And so she creates this story. She says, I snuck out the window. Right? But now we know she came from Rochester. So she would have been sneaking out of the window at 3 in the afternoon in the middle of broad daylight. Never heard of such a thing. Defies common sense. Doesn't make any sense because this never happened. And so she tells this story because she's got to create a way that she gets out of the house and ends up in New York City. And as we keep going here.
Well, let me stop that right there. I've heard a girl sneaking out of windows before.
Yeah, but not at 3 o'clock.
Sneaking out of windows before to sneak out the house.
Not at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, though.
I'm just gonna be honest with y'all. I've heard of girls who snuck out of windows to sneak out of a house. That's not something that's out of the realm.
Facts.
I've heard of that before. Period.
After your parents go to bed, facts. And not at 3 o'clock.
That implausibly leaves her there. There's then some pressure on that part of the story, which doesn't make any sense. And so the lawyer is asked, well, just produce the friend. And so he has to find somebody that can make this work. And of course, as soon as he's pressed, they find somebody who they say is no longer alive. They can't corroborate it, and there's nobody to talk to. Okay, and if we can keep going. Next slide. So she then gets there, right? And she has this vivid tale of watching it on a Jumbotron. It's in her complaint. Clear as day. There was no Jumbotron that year. Okay? I don't know whether they were Googling images and found the wrong year. I don't know whether she's just making it up out of whole cloth. There is no Jumbotron. In fact, they didn't even get a permit, according to the police and the city, for the Jumbotron that year. So that didn't happen. None of the details are right because this never happened. You keep going. And then she says, I'm knocking on the doors and the windows of limousines and VIPs. Of course, that doesn't work either. If you look at the video, photographs, that whole area was blocked off. We've spoken to numerous people there that were in security. No one could have gotten anywhere near those cars because this never happened. She gets that fact wrong. And you know the whole story about, of all people, she knocks on Puff's window. 13-year-old girl in Midtown by herself. Just think about that. Think about how illogical that is. Keep going. Again, this is Eminem performing in the streets. No Jumbotron. All the cars barricaded. Her facts don't check out because this never happened. We keep going. So what ends up happening then, and this is important, is her original account in the original complaint says that at 9:30 or 10, she's told to wait there to get a ride to the after party. Okay? That also doesn't work because there's photographs now of Mr. Combs, Mr. Carter at commercial establishments in New York after the VMAs. So this narrative of at 10 o'clock she ends up at this party can't work. They got caught. So they changed it in the amended complaint that there's this multiple drop-off and pickup that lands them at this White House that doesn't exist. So, as we continue, this is again her account of trying to change the story into this multiple drop-off period to get them at the house to deal with the fact that there's photographic evidence that that's not where the after party was in the first place. And so as this account continues, you have to look at the timeline. You have to look at the timeline. So there's an old expression that time doesn't lie. Everything else that I'm talking about, these glaring inconsistencies, these are not minor inconsistencies. These are not minor problems with this story. This is utter falsehood. Time never lies. And so if you look at the time, no matter what, this couldn't have happened. It's not even possible that this happened. And this is so important. So again, now that we know that it's a 5-hour drive in each direction, how she gets to the VMAs, okay, we're going to talk in some detail about this White House and whether or not they could have gotten there. And then again, Doe returns home to Rochester, okay? And this is very important. Because she returns home, she has to leave the New York area by 1:30 in the morning at the latest, okay? If you look at any of these White Houses and you look at the closest gas stations that could be to any of these White Houses, you have to leave.
But what White Houses? See, because did she say that Diddy, how would she know that Diddy owned the house? These are questions that have to be asked. She could say, hey, who was at this house where Diddy and was at? That doesn't mean Diddy owned the house. But when you narrow it down to say, oh, well, these are the houses he owned or rented, well, that X's out possibilities that they could have been at a different location. Meaning house.
This White House party by 12:45 in order to get to the gas station at 1:30 to call your father to pick you up to get home to Rochester at 6:30. So remember, she only has till 12:45 for everything that she says to have happened. The VMAs end at after 11. So you're talking about a window of a little more than an hour that this could possibly have happened even by their own account. And she says during that little bit more than an hour, not only does she get to the house, not only is she inside mingling with celebrities, she has a drink, she's been sexually assaulted in front of an adult female multiple times. She gets out of that, she fights through it, she leaves the house naked, she gets all the way to the gas station. She had 37 minutes to possibly do this. Okay, even under their account. Okay, and of course, the biggest problem perhaps of all is there's photographs putting Mr. Combs and Mr. Carter at different places, not in a White House during that 37 minutes. So when I tell you that it's not just that this story
at different places. Remember that. Remember that quote. Right there.
And Mr. Carter at different places. Now, of course, the biggest problem perhaps of all is there's photographs putting Mr. Combs and Mr. Carter at different places, not in a White House during that 37 minutes. So when I tell you that it's not just that this story is a lie and that it's not true, it's provably, demonstrably false. This never happened. So we talked about this 37 minutes. The earliest, even if we didn't have that.
Now, let me speak on, because Spyro, he's man, this dude right here, he good, man. I ain't gonna lie, he good, man. He good. Spyro, and see, this is where I think that everybody in the media is not thinking. Let's just say Alex Spyro is right. Let's say Jay-Z is right. Let's say that Tony Busby's client is a bold-faced liar. What makes you believe anything she says now? How can you now take anything she says as true? If she's willing to lie about a sexual assault, she's willing to lie about anything. How could I take her word for anything? Her word means nothing. But now Spyro and the PIs want you to take her word, her alleged word, that Tony Busby put her up to this. Now she's credible. See, if I was in a court of law and I was Ben Matlock, if I was the late, great Johnny Cochran, that sounds better. I would ask, you've destroyed this witness.
Saying
Or
she did
I
all
should
this
say the
lying.
plaintiff. You destroy their characterability. You destroy their character. You destroy their integrity. They're not credible. Well, then how in the world can we then now take them credible? When you want us to take them credible?
Yeah.
So now you're saying that everything she made up was fabricated as a lie. But now she's telling the truth. But this happened. ABC News today. Alex Spiro did the interview. And this is what happened. Listen.
ABC News exclusive interview with Jay-Z's attorney. The hip-hop superstar is now suing a woman for defamation, saying she falsely accused him of assault. Senior investigative correspondent Aaron Katersky spoke with him. Good morning, Aaron.
Good morning, George. The woman who accused Jay-Z of sexual assault has already dropped her lawsuit. But now, for the first time, you're going to hear the story behind the bombshell accusation that has since been withdrawn. Jay-Z's lawyer says it should put to rest any doubt about his innocence.
So now, there should be no doubt that she's telling the truth. This same plaintiff that the defense destroyed credibility of.
He got a point. Ticket got a point.
This morning, the woman who said she was 13 when Sean Jay-Z Carter and Sean Diddy Combs sexually assaulted her after the 2000 MTV Video Music Awards is heard talking to private investigators about her claim and agreeing that Jay-Z did not assault her.
But Jay-Z, was you saying he was definitely there? But he had no part in it, or he was just...
He was there. He was just there, but he didn't have anything to do with any sexual acts towards you. It was strictly, yeah.
The woman is also...
Yeah. She said he was there. How can Alex Spiro use these statements from these private investigators when in his press conference, his whole press conference was to discredit everything she said as totally false and totally lies?
Facts.
Let me rewind that part again. But she told, allegedly, the private investigators, no. He was there. Was he there or was he not there? You can't say, oh, well, no. That part's not true, but this part is. Nope. Because once you have discredited a plaintiff, how are we taking credibility for anything they say? So now it's only credible if they say something that is in our favor?
That's facts right there.
Play that again.
And agreeing that Jay-Z did not assault her.
But Jay-Z, was you saying he was definitely there? But he had no part in it, or he was just...
He was there.
You saying he was definitely there, but he had no part in it, or he was there?
He was just there, but he didn't have anything to do with.
He was just there, but he didn't have anything to do. But go back and listen to Alex Spiro's PowerPoint presentation. I thought that it was no house. It was no. I thought that Jay-Z, in those 37 minutes, Jay-Z and Diddy were at separate commercial locations.
That's crazy right there.
ABC did not ask for a full interview. Nobody stated whether that tape was authenticated. If it was, by who was it authenticated? The same with Busby's. Was Busby's tape authenticated? By who was it authenticated? Reverse everything that you put on Spiral on Busby. You have to be fair. When the allegations come out against Jay-Z, everybody says, why wait these many years? When the allegations come out against Busby, shouldn't we ask the same question? Why wait these many years to come out with this now?
Mm-hmm. That's facts.
Listen
That's
again.
crazy.
But Jay-Z was you're saying he was definitely there? But he had no part in it, or he was just...
He was there. He was just there, but he didn't have anything to do with any sexual acts towards you. It was strictly, yeah.
The woman is.
He was there. But then it goes on. Alex Spiro never addressed that in the interview we saw. They never asked him, well, Alex, that girl said he was there. You said in the PowerPoint presentation that this event didn't happen. But in that very statement that you want us to accept the fact that you're saying that that was her on that tape that said, and Alex, how do you know that was her? Were you there when they recorded this tape? Do you know personally these investigators? They don't do journalism no more on national TV. It's all jockstrap sniffing.
That's facts.
It's not even more journalism. Real journalists would have had a whole list of questions. Question number 1. Who authenticated this audio? Can we have the company name? Question number 2. Are you in agreement with her entire statement that you're alleging she put, or part of her statement? Is it true? Were the part where they say in the audio and they ask her, was Jay-Z there or not? Is that true? Or is it just not true that he didn't do anything to her? He was just there. Which part of that? Because you said the whole PowerPoint presentation.
Yeah. That it was no house at all. So how could anybody be there?
Right?
Yeah.
Number 3. Number 3. Right? Number 3. Who hired the private investigators? If you didn't hire them. If Jay-Z didn't hire them.
Mm-hmm.
The private investigator said that Jay-Z nor his legal team hired them. What private investigator, does anybody know, will go and know how to hunt down this girl? How? How did the private investigators, nobody asked that question. How did they find this girl? If you're not talking with them directly, nobody from your team, how did they go find an anonymous girl? How?
And on top of that, give them the information that they got from the girl.
Nobody asked those questions.
Since they didn't hire their private investigator.
Alex, you said that she was not under duress and she was calm and all these other things. How do you know? Do you guys have video? Excuse me. How do you know? How can you trust these private investigators' word for it? Do you know these private investigators? Do you have any prior relationship with these private investigators? Do you have any connection to these private investigators? Let's keep going.
Also heard saying her lawyer put her up to suing one of the world's most recognizable stars.
He was the one that kind of pushed me towards going forward with him. With Jay-Z. Busby did? Yeah.
Question number 5. How could Busby push her to go forward with Jay-Z when she originally called him? And he admits from the Ava Law Group that she came forward with both Jay-Z and Diddy's name in her original complaint. That has to be on paperwork. That has to be on audio file from the phone call originally. It has to be on her complaint because they said she filed it through the Facebook ad that the Reciprocities Industry Company put out when they put out that Diddy hotline. Oh, yeah. How? Another question. Tony Busby in the state of New York and in every other state in the bar was in great standing. Excellent standing. Now, all of a sudden, he's got 3 or 4 different lawsuits on his helmet since he started coming at these celebrities.
Why? ABC News exclusively obtained a minute-long excerpt of the recording made days after the woman identified as Jane Doe.
Well, why didn't they play the minute-long excerpt? Why didn't they play the entire unedited excerpt? The people would like to hear the transparency. People want to hear the entire audio recording.
Permanently dropped her lawsuit against both Carter and Combs last.
This is Jay-Z's reputation. And he has a right to protect his reputation, man. Straight up, bro. You don't want this type of shit ever on your name. So I don't have a problem with Jay-Z fighting for his name. The problem I have is are we going to be fair about the process or not? Are we going to ask tough questions to both lawyers or not? Because I don't think that Alex Spiro should just get the tough questions. I think Tony Busby should get the tough questions too.
Facts.
Straight up. I think we should say, Tony, why the hell didn't you drop that lie detector test like you said that you was going to do? What made you not do that, Tony? Tony, why didn't you apply in the Southern District of New York? What's up with that?
What's up with that?
Right?
What's down with that one?
There are questions to ask Tony Busby as well. Right? Right? That's the question. That's the question. You mad, brother? If you mad, go to church and ask the Lord for repentance, fool. While I block your ass.
Month. The people around Mr. Carter wanted to know what happened behind closed doors. And so they...
Now.
Alex
Spiro said it right there in the interview. In the statement, the private investigator said that she was not hired by Jay-Z or any of his legal team. Alex Spiro was asked, hey man, the girl settled the case without prejudice. With prejudice, so she can never open it again. Why are you guys still pushing this issue? This is what Alex Spiro said, right? Because once that case is closed like that, everybody was saying, hey man, everybody on YouTube was like, hey, everybody on the whole social media was like, Jay-Z got it, man. She closed the case. Bro, it was probably 90 to 10% people in favor of Jay-Z when she closed that case with prejudice. 90 to 10 out of all the people I heard, 90% was for Jay-Z. You still telling me that people wasn't convinced around Jay-Z? Is that what he was saying? I'm asking a question. Listen to what he said.
After the woman identified as Jane Doe permanently dropped her lawsuit against both Carter and Combs last month. The people around Mr. Carter wanted to know what happened behind closed doors. And so they asked for her to be interviewed. The interview occurred. And
they asked for her to be interviewed. How could she be interviewed if she was anonymous? Is it legal to interview a person, well, I guess you could say because the case was dropped. But if Tony Busby's her representation, shouldn't you have talked to Tony Busby before you interviewed her? Why would Alex Spiro? This is what he said. This is what he said. I'm not saying this. This is what he said.
Her lawsuit against both Carter and Combs last month. The people around Mr. Carter wanted to know what happened behind closed doors. And so they asked for her to be interviewed. The interview occurred, and the tape speaks for itself.
They asked her to.
Well, if the case is dropped, that means Busby is no longer her lawyer. So he don't have to ask Busby because the case dropped. There's no more case. So they go their separate ways. Then they can interview and find out who she is.
To be interviewed. The interview occurred and the tape speaks for itself. So is it the whole tape where she said that he was at the party? When you said at that PowerPoint presentation, you tore everything she was saying. You discredited and tore her to shreds. Once the case was dismissed with prejudice, you're telling me that people that were still around Jay-Z didn't believe they needed more? And how did they find this girl? If Alex Spiro did not hire these PIs, neither did Jay-Z, how did they find who this girl was? How? Nobody asked that question. Nobody's asked that question. How did they find out who she was? Think about this, y'all. If you anonymous, you anonymous. No paper trail, no nothing. How they find out who you are? Nobody asked that question.
She says, in no uncertain terms, Mr. Carter did not do this. It is effectively a lie. And the only reason Mr. Carter is even involved in this is because she was pushed to involve him, pushed to include him by a lawyer.
She was pushed by a lawyer. Well, guess what, Alex? You backed yourself into a corner when you said that, brother. And the reason why is because all Tony Busby has to do, now listen to what he said. All Tony Busby and Ava Law Group have to do is show evidence through her original phone call with the company.
Yeah.
Which I'm 1,000% sure, because in that New York Times article, they said they record all those calls and claims when you call into that hotline. Right? Right? Think about this now. Think about what I just said. Right?
That's interesting.
Think about what I just said, y'all. They're going to have the date, and I'm talking about the Ava Law Group. They're going to have the impression from which she clicked on that Facebook ad to contact them. They're going to have the date she did that. They're going to have the time she did that. They're going to have the impression that she did that. And to the person who says this story's going nowhere, yes, it is. You must be a fool, or you must be a damn fool. And I'm going to tell you why it is. Because they didn't let it go. You must have forgot, you damn fool. They got to go to court, you damn fool. You's a damn fool. That case is over with. But think about it. If that case was ended by the girl with prejudice, right? Alex Spiro said that people around Jay-Z behind the scenes wanted to know. Why would they want to know? Wouldn't they believe him anyways?
Mm-hmm.
You damn fool.
You damn fool.
Right?
And say that 10 times.
Think about this.
You damn fool.
It's because of them. This has to go to court in Alabama. So this situation right here,
you damn
not
fool.
over, sir. Because they still have an open lawsuit against Tony Busby.
You damn fool.
And again. Again.
Sit down somewhere.
Alex Spiro said, and this is his quote, not mine. Alex said, he said this.
What happened behind closed doors. And so they asked for her to be interviewed. The interview occurred, and the tape speaks for itself. She says, in no uncertain terms, Mr. Carter did not do this. It is effectively a lie. And the only reason Mr. Carter is even involved in this is because she was pushed to involve him, pushed to include him by a lawyer.
Now, if that is what you're saying that is true of what she said, Mr. Spiro, well then, what happens if good old Ava Law Group and Mr. Van Arsdale right there can prove otherwise through paperwork, recordings, things like that, for when she originally contacted
the law firm
them about that lawsuit.
Mm-hmm.
Because Mr. Van Arsdale says in that New York Times article, an accuser becomes a defendant. The woman who accused Jay-Z, born Sean Carter, and Mr. Combs of blanking her when she was blank years old, first gave her account to Resty Pro City last fall after responding to a Facebook ad, according to Mr. Van Arsdale. Mr. Andrew Van Arsdale. AVA. So that means Mr. Van Arsdale, who claims that he spoke with Tony Busby, gave Tony Busby these cases, and Tony Busby says that there is a paper trail that can prove, because if you read the New York Times article, the process they have over there at Resty Pro City Industries is that when you click on one of those ads online, you have to give your information as far as your contact. They will call you back. And when they call you back, that call is recorded. So that original call, the only thing they have to do, which I'm pretty sure they have, is the information that she said on that original phone call, which will be time, date stamped, because they have to for legal purposes whenever they take a call or a claim.
For situations just like this.
So all they have to do is go right there in the paperwork, in the audio recordings, and see, did she originally come forward with those complaints against both Diddy and Jay-Z? Tony Busby says each assertion is a flat-out false and made up. Jane Doe called referring counsel, the Ava Law Group, and alleged she was assaulted by P. Diddy and Jay-Z before her case was ever referred to our firm. So if they have her on tape mentioning Jay-Z's name from the jump, now here's where Alex Spiro could win this thing. because I got to be fair and speak both sides. Alex Spiro could expose everything. If that tape comes out and that girl did not mention Diddy, but she was urged to mention Jay-Z, now that would put Alex Spiro in the complete driver's seat. But for Tony Busby and them to say, nah, that's not what happened. We got the paper trail and the evidence. They're going to have to show that in court because they are in court. So when it goes to discovery, he's going to have to show that. Prove that she was not pushed to put his name in it by him. Again, Alex Spiro, man, bro. I mean, you got two. I know you people might not like it. It's just two lawyers going back and forth for their clients. Two good lawyers. You know what I'm saying? To the person who says no, they have to prove Tony guilty, but Tony has to prove his innocence as well. When they come and say, hey, you did this, you have to prove that you didn't, sir. It doesn't just go one way. Not in civil court. Tony Busby's going to have to prove that they're lying. He's going to have to pull up receipts, big dog. I'm telling you this. Now, again, it was amazing to me how nobody was talking about Tony Busby's tape. They just X'd that out. If you look at all the headlines today, all of it saying that, oh, the girl admits it. Nobody says that the girl admitted that it has a sworn testimony that says that she did not say that. They didn't ask no questions about that. They didn't say, well, hey, hold on, who's lying? Is that tape authenticated? Nobody asked any of those questions, bro. This is the news now we talk about.
That's the same thing I was saying. I don't know. They got one side saying she said this.
Right.
Then when she talked to the other side, she say, no, I didn't say that.
And so again, man, you know, I tell everybody, you know, this is interesting stuff, man. Interesting stuff. Excuse me, Lisa, I would not say that. I would not say that, Lisa. I disagree with you. You said that he controls most YouTubers anyways. No. I'm going to give you an example, Lisa. A lot of celebrities don't have to have people control them. People are programmed to mentally jockstrap sniff celebrities. So let me give you an example. If you're talking about basketball, whether you're talking about LeBron James, Michael Jordan, whoever, they're going to have their own fan base that's going to ride with them regardless. They're going to jockstrap them niggas. They ain't asking for it.
Yep, they down for the team.
This is on every part of the spectrum. So what you're saying is wrong. You're saying that Jay-Z I don't believe that.
He don't control me. He don't control this YouTube channel.
He automatically going to have people who support him because they like him. The same thing as far as the other sides. Right? So when you say this type of stuff, nah, I don't believe it. I don't believe that. You know, me personally, I probably think Jay-Z probably a cool dude. You know, like I said, I don't know him. He's probably a cool cat. I don't know him though. You know, I don't know him. Never spent a day with him, and I don't have a desire to. You know, some people, they desire to be in these circles and stuff like that. They look for acceptance from celebrities. You know what I mean?
Well, I would sure like to meet him. That's for damn sure.
Some people, they just don't like you, so they'll hate on Jay-Z. They'll say, oh, I don't like him. You might not like something about Jay-Z or something like that. Just make you hate him just off the top. You don't even know him. Same thing with Alex Spiro. You might say, oh, I don't like him, I hate him. And then that automatically clouds your judgment. That's why I said a lot of you guys cannot be good judges, man. You can't do that to people, bro. You cannot do that to people. You have to literally, because I'm going to tell you something. That is how we get destroyed in cases every day as a black community. Because we automatically look at something, or excuse me, we're automatically looked at in a certain way. And I'm going to tell y'all something. Let me give you an example. A dude can go into court, have tattoos all over his face.
Mm-hmm.
A judge who ain't worth it, or you know what, might already have in his mind, oh, this dude's guilty, he out of here. He ain't going to wait to hear this guy's side. He's not going to wait to see. He's already got a preconception in his mind about this person. Right? I'm telling y'all this. So that's why I say, when you are not with people every single day, you can't talk about a person's character if you're not with them on a day-to-day basis. You can't. You can't. So I can't let you say that about Jay-Z. Jay-Z might be a real cool dude in real life. I can't let you say that. Bam says Jay-Z's a good dude now. No, bro. I'm telling you, we don't personally know who or what, bro. Listen, I'm on the side of whatever is right, bro. The girl could be lying. She could be playing both sides.
That's what it sounds like she doing, to be honest.
We don't know. That's why you ask questions. We don't know. I ain't gonna sit up here and jackstrap sniff one side.
That autism also. That autism plays a big
Tony
part.
Busby should be asked about, hey, man, you said y'all was coming with that lie detector stuff. What happened with that? Bro, why you didn't file and get approved over there in the Southern District of New York, but you over there filing all them cases? These are people don't want to ask these questions, bro. He need to be asked that. Well, y'all think these people perfect?
What happened? Like everything went out. It's still playing, y'all. One of the things I can't understand is where I can understand with the autism, some strangers come to your door and start asking you questions. You're like, no, I never said that. Because she's scared. That's what I think happened. And then they're going to turn around and say that they didn't send the people. They
not
scared.
No lawyers. And don't got no dirt on you.
Hold on, y'all. Gotta get another beer. Gotta go get another beer. All right, let's keep going. Here we go.
A lot of y'all walk around here. Y'all act like, man, ain't no man on this earth perfect, or woman. Straight like that.
Straight like that.
Ain't no man or no woman walking on this earth perfect. Right? So these are things we gotta look at. You know, that's why I keep trying to tell y'all, man, bro. We don't know what Tony Busby be doing. You know what I mean? I'm just looking at the situation of what's being said in these cases. Again, people come on here. I'm seeing people say, "Oh, this about Alex Spiro." Man, have they ever spent days with Alex Spiro? Do they personally know him? Alex Spiro could be a cool dude. You could be with him on a day-to-day basis. You know? But you got to understand, being a lawyer is the job. You're defending your client. You know? And so again, man. And so I'm just trying to tell y'all what it is. You know? Me personally, I always just want to be where the truth is at. I don't want to feel like I'm leaning towards a side because maybe I'm a fan of you or this, that, the third. You know? And then people would take that and say, "Oh, you sound like a hater." Nah, it ain't about that. Ain't about that.
Ain't about that.
You know,
you don't have a dog in the fight.
Again, Do I think Tony Busby will put his whole ethical career on the line to come out here bulljabbing? No, I don't. I don't think Tony Busby's that stupid. I don't think he's that stupid. You know? But we gonna find out. We definitely gonna find out. You know? That's why I told you guys. They're gonna have to, prove these things since they're in court now. Different things that are being said, man. And I told you guys, me personally, I hope Jay-Z's innocent, bro. I don't want to see no rap dude go down like, especially, I don't want to see nobody go. Listen, I don't want to see people doing this to each other, bro. I don't.
Yeah.
But wouldn't we all want to know who is who and what is what? So we know how to move? Don't we all want to know that? I'm just saying. And I'm just telling y'all what it is, man. So, like I said, I think when you look at things, and I'm going to give y'all a perfect example. There was this episode of Matlock I watched. All right? I'll tell y'all something. I watched an episode of Matlock. I know people will laugh, but I don't laugh at this type of stuff. I'm real with this. I watched this episode of Matlock, you guys. And on this episode of Matlock, right? On this episode of Matlock, I'll tell y'all what happened. All right? Matlock was cool with this girl. She was a client of his. But this girl had committed a murder. He didn't know at first. And this girl was trying to press up on Matlock. This woman, I should say, she was trying to press up on Matlock. To convince him, or to, I guess, put him in such a connection with her that he could not want to go against her. But in the end, he did not let his ethics change him from wanting to know what the truth was. So when he found out that, damn, she is responsible for this shit, even though he was falling for her trap, he had to go in the lines of doing what was right and what was ethical. He always believed in the ethics. And I think that that's something that should always be done, man. Because at the end of the day, I'm going to tell y'all something, man. If you get away with this stuff on earth, you ain't going to get away with it once we get up out of here. It's going to be Judgment Day. And you're going to pay for all this stuff anyways. And some people, a lot of people don't believe it because they're non-believers. But it is what it is, bro. Listen, I ain't waste my time with people like that. Man, I can only tell y'all, you know what I'm saying? Things from my perspective and what I feel, right? And Dana Jenkins, salute to you, ma'am. $200 donation in the Cash App. Appreciate it. Much love to you. Hold on. Much love to you, sister. I really appreciate that. And I mean that. I really appreciate that. Really appreciate it.
Most definitely. Amen to that. That's what you call a true supporter. Facts.
Hold on.
Shout out to all my supporters, by the way, also. I be seeing the Cash Apps. I see the PayPals. I see the Super Chats.
Antoine, salute to you, brother. Yeah, I'm going to do that.
App.
I ain't worried about it. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that.
That Cash App, man.
Lisa, you ain't offend me. You just got a bunch of idol worshiping big nose jockstrap sniffer that's running around YouTube talking about, hey man, they all lying on Diddy and them, man. You know what I'm saying? Nigga go to church every Sunday, but lie. But to come on YouTube and lie. Hey, nigga sad. Nigga sad. And then what they gonna do when them niggas go to court with Diddy? When they go to court with Diddy, because y'all seen what's going on right now. Let's talk about that Diddy shit real quick. Y'all seen what's going on? They don't shut their goddamn mouth. You ain't heard nothing from Diddy's lawyers since they got that goddamn witness list. Diddy's lawyers don't been had that witness list for days now. They ain't said a word.
Not one word.
They was doing filings all these every other day. They ain't said a word since they got that witness list. But you got big needle nose head.
Needle nose head.
Go to church every Sunday or come up in here and lie. They all lying. How you know? I met him one time before. Nigga, that don't mean you know
him. Somebody told me they met Jay-Z before.
And you know that silence, that shit mean it's real right now. They in that war room right now. It got silent. Y'all know what that shit mean. That means when that list came out, that means that people that's cooperating against you, people that have taken pleas, people that have been witnesses, that you know some of them are credible, and they gonna go up there and it's gonna be slow singing and flower bringing on that stand.
Slow bringing.
Telling y'all this. And what the excuse gonna be? People gonna be out there snitching, giving up all kind of names. Y'all gonna see. Think I'm joking if you want to.
Y'all gonna see.
Watch when that court date pop up. Let that case start. You see these people start getting on the stand, crying, tears coming all out their eyes. They better have a whole goddamn. They said 1,000 bottles of baby oil. Them motherfuckers better have 1,000 boxes of goddamn Kleenex up there. Cause boy, it's gonna be some crying on that stand. I'm telling y'all this right now. It's gonna be some, bro. And there's people that's gonna get named. I'm telling y'all this.
Facts.
And pointed out in these videos and named, it's gonna ruin their reputation.
Steve Harvey.
Ruin their family.
We the best music.
They may be happily married. Won't be happily married after this case. You know? I'm telling y'all this.
I would be surprised if they don't call these people that are. I got my top five. My top five.
They turned down a $50 million bail package. 3 times. $50 million.
50 millions. 50 millions. Could have went to the court system.
Right?
50 million.
You know?
They held that dude.
And I always say this to everybody: man cannot say
somebody pulling some big strings. 50 million.
Man cannot save you.
Just to go home and come back to court. Damn.
That's why I don't get praising and jackstrap sniffing celebrities.
50 million say that you're going to come back to the court for your trial.
I tell you right now, I treat them the same way I treat everybody else. I see a celebrity, hey, what's up, dog? Straight like that. Same way I acknowledge everybody else. I acknowledge a poor person in the street ain't got a goddamn penny to save their life.
Treat everybody the same
way I treat a millionaire.
You treat, Uncle Mike said you treat everybody the same.
My mindset was changed years ago when I thought about that shit. When it's all about how you treat people And you are blessed that you wasn't put in those situations. You are blessed. If you don't have to be on the side of the street asking for money, if you got your limbs, if you can walk, talk, hear, these are things people take for granted every day. You got people that don't have. You got people that can't provide. Then you got people that's out here still complaining on a day-to-day basis, and people don't want to hear this truth I'm speaking to them. I'll walk past a poor person, sit right there and talk to them like they regular.
Because they are regular.
I could pull up in a Lambo and be beside a dude that's in a hoopty, roll down my window and chop it up with him the same way because I respect him. I looked at that shit different when I got older. I said, man, let me tell you something. Y'all clowning a nigga. At least a nigga got a ride. I love that shit LL did to Gabrielle Union in that movie. I forgot the name of that movie. What the movie they was in, y'all? When they was love interest, he pulled up on her ass in the work van, nigga. Said, yeah, come hop in this. I'm going to pull up on you in the worst piece of shit possible. I want to see how you really rocking. We used to laugh at people who rode in hoopies and didn't have shit. I looked at it, I said, well, goddamn. Shit, this nigga got a thing that, he got a whip that's going to get him from point A to point B. Shout out my boy Squatty Wiz. You always showing love. You already know what it is. Deliver us from evil. You damn right. I looked at the whole play different. Shit, and they got a hoopty, the wheels falling off, light broke, all that shit. That shit run. That shit get him from point A to point B. That's better than people that's out there that got to get up on them feet and walk. I'm telling y'all. They programmed us to laugh and joke on people like that. They programmed us to praise fucking celebrities.
Facts.
I want y'all to think about this. These people hold celebrities in higher regard than they hold themselves.
Come on now.
How you got more respect and love for a celebrity than you have for yourself?
How did that happen? Damn.
People hooting and hollering and stuff for celebrities and won't even do it for themselves. Think about that now. People out here falling out, crying and stuff because they seeing celebrities. I tell y'all this. That's why y'all see these dudes. They always like posting pictures of who they with. Yeah, I'm with this one. I'm with that one. Nigga, that don't make you, nigga.
That don't make you, no. Dang. That's crazy. Talk to him, baby.
Think about that shit. And that don't mean that, hey, you gotta treat celebrities like shit. Nah, I'm just saying, I'm treating everybody else the same way. If you broke in the street, hey man, listen, bro, I chop it up with you the same way. God know my heart. Straight like that. Hey, what's up, dog? What's going on? You good? Oh, for real? Yeah, I'm having a real conversation. I'm not finna demean nobody like that. That shit, that is not in my spirit. It's not in my soul to move like that.
Facts. It's not in my soul to move like that.
It's not in my spirit or my soul to move like that. I come to move different.
You gotta move different. Don't move like other people. Don't do that. Do you. Be yourself.
Tell you, man. Hey, man. It was a...
Get off that Wi-Fi and go hardwired. Cat 5, baby.
shitting on people. You demean people like that, man. Looking at people, laughing at them because they got less than. Man, it can be given and it can be taken away just like that. Just like that.
Mm-hmm.
The man
Trust
upstairs
me, I
can say,
know.
nah, give me that. You don't respect it. You don't respect
Yep.
the game. Give me that.
Yep. Trust me, I know. They've been taken away from me.
Right? I'm just saying. I hate the fact that bro, I can get real deep on this shit, bro. I hate the fact that we have money brackets. I believe everybody should be in the same bracket financially.
Facts.
That way you ain't gonna have no bull job.
Yeah.
They programmed us to have money system and everything. If we ain't had none of that, bro, listen, let me tell y'all something, man. Do you know how much of an even level people will respect each other? Everything, bro. You will cut out all the robbing, theft, all that stuff.
Killings. I said the same thing years
Just
ago.
think about it.
It was no such thing as money. Imagine what the world would be like if it was no such thing as money.
But the mindset we in, everybody always want to be better than the next one. Telling y'all this.
Ticket should be a preacher.
I'm gonna tell y'all how bad it is.
Bible church preacher.
I had a maid that worked for me. Felt so bad because the maid would cook. Maid, chef, cook. The maid and the chef was ashamed to sit at the table and eat with us. I said, what the hell? I got so mad one day. You gonna cook
and not eat with me. Same
and
here.
go stand up in the kitchen in the corner somewhere with a plate in your hand eating. Nah, you come over here and sit down at this table with us.
Please.
You're not beneath us.
Please.
You wasn't low enough to cook that goddamn food.
Please.
You come right over here and sit down and break bread with us.
And you know why? You know why they do that? Because they've been trained by society. I say that and preach that all the time. Go against society. You know, society says, well, we got to do it this way. Says who? Man, forget that. Come on over here and sit down with us and eat. Forget what society
says. These are the
say.
things that they programmed in people's minds to make them feel lesser than.
Programmed. You hear that? Y'all hear this, right? I hope y'all still with me.
I'm telling y'all this stuff, man.
That's crazy, man. My man think Big Ticket think just like Uncle Mike.
They taking the hope away from the youth. All these different things they've done. Poison these kids' minds. Fed them all this negativity. Didn't want them to be the leaders of the future. Get the hell out of here.
And show them all this money stuff. Cars, tennis shoes, jewelry, grills in your mouth. This ain't no cup.
Man or woman on earth make you want to give up your dignity, morals, honor, respect as a human being, as a person, to please them. And that's another reason why I can't stand this Diddy shit. Because that's what these mofos did. And when you got these buck dancing, go sell up the mountain, Reverend Leon Lonnie Love, sell out Sambos running around here, shucking and jabbing for Diddy. A man who had damn near every artist complain about him.
Every artist. Oh my God. And what artists made
people
it?
Claiming that they was terrorized by this man.
All of them
people
on
got a nerve to
drugs.
sit out here and say, oh, they all lying. Nigga, sit down and shut the hell up, nigga. We reject your deposit, nigga.
Oh man.
clown shit. And then what's gonna happen is this: they go to court, they show this shit in the court. These niggas gonna then deflect. They gonna act like they ain't say what they said. They gonna then deflect and say, "Well, why they ain't doing the white man like that?" They did, nigga.
I just said that. Yeah. Damn.
Play these little punk games, man. This dude's crazy as hell, man. I'm trying to tell y'all this, man. You guys, y'all, let me know what y'all feel, man. I'm gonna go to the podcast show right now. I got something I want to get off my mind on the podcast show about some shit I seen today. So if y'all want to come over to the podcast show, I'm about to drop a video over on the podcast show right now. That's the link that's on the screen right there. I'm gonna pin it at the top of the chat too. It's pinned at the top of the live chat room. Y'all see it right there, pinned at the top of the chat. Y'all can come over there with me, see what I'm cooking on. Cause on my podcast show, I'm gonna be cooking on all this real shit. Everybody that want to see that real shit, you go subscribe to the podcast show because y'all gonna see it. This foolishness I see going on online and shit, we're gonna be talking about all that on the podcast show. Straight up. Seeing them girl. And if y'all was in the podcast show yesterday, you seen that video I did yesterday.
Man. Big Ticket be putting it down, man. That was long enough for me. Big Ticket. Man, I swear, man, I can tell when I'm drawn to somebody because he thinks just like I do. You know, we don't claim to be lawyers. We don't claim to be big educated. I don't know if he went to college, but I went to college. I only went to college because I was trying to impress some girl. She left me anyway. She had a nerve to say, I wanted you to graduate from college. Now I want you to move out. I'm like, why is it it's always about you? You wanted me to graduate from college. F you. I was going to do it. I could have been moved back home. I'm a complete this. I'm a completer. I don't stop stuff. She is judging me by all the stuff she's been through with other people. Come on, man. We got to learn to love each other, man. Respect each other. That's all. That's the hardest thing to do, man. It take work. It take work, man. So, golly, back to the case with the little girl, man. I really think that when those people came to see her, she was afraid, and that autism that she has kicks in, and she can cover up stuff because she's used to doing that her whole life. You know, like a little kid that tells stories. You know, it tells lies and stuff. You know, it's like, I didn't do that. What are you doing? Nothing. You know, she wanted some fame or some type of, you know, and so she made up a whole big story. And I can't believe these professional lawyers, Bugsby, went for it. You know, now she's saying, now, Busby, you looking bad, baby. Looking bad that you took this case. You know, I don't know, man. I mean, we weren't near. We don't know what's going on. But somebody dropped the ball somewhere because she's not credible when she's on one side. When one side is talking to her, she says, no, I didn't say that. And then when the other side talking to her, she said, no, I didn't say that. What they saying? Make up your mind, you know. She said, I needed to get this off my chest because I need to say it. So if you're going to be brave, be brave. If you're not, I guess pull your courts, your papers back. And that's what happened. She got scared. She got real scared, man. And so she pulled back. Look here, y'all let me know what y'all thinking below in the comments, man. I'm gonna be down in the comments on this one right here, big time. Y'all take it light, take it slow. Tell them Uncle Mike told you so. Peace out.